Now, I'm finna show y'all how to make a quick fried cabbage. The holiday season is coming up, and not everybody likes, just a standard boiled cabbage. Sometimes you want to switch things up. So let me show you what you need. You're going to need a pinch of sugar. If you don't want to use the sugar, don't use the damn sugar. It's just that simple. You're going to need some chicken flavor bouillon, black pepper, ground cayenne pepper, some Spike Creole seasoning. Use whatever brand you want. I have 2 heads of cabbage. Of course, you can make more, make less. That's completely up to you. I have some andouille sausage. You can use whatever brand you would like, or if you would like to use turkey sausage, that's also fine. A red bell pepper, green bell pepper, and a sweet onion. You see that? You see that? You see that? Look, don't ask me for the damn ingredient list. Come on. All right, come on, because we ain't got all day. Now, first things first, I always like to take off the outer layer of the cabbage because that's just what I do. Now, again, if you guys are going to be making this for the holidays, clearly you're going to need way more than this little bit of cabbage, but I'm just showing y'all how to make it. You can double, triple the recipe. That's completely up to you. First things first, you want to take off the bottom piece just like so, getting rid of that so that you have a nice flat edge. Make sure you have a sharp knife that should just cut right on through. Once you have it cut in half like that, you want to make sure that you are cutting off this piece here. This piece here, I'll show you how to do it because that is way too hard and it's never going to cook in the amount of time that we need it to. So this little piece here, we just get rid of that. And now I'm just going to shred this down. Again, not everybody likes, just the standard boiled cabbage. I love all type of cabbage, so I figured I would show y'all how to make fried cabbage as well, honey. So I'm going to go on ahead and finish slicing this up, and then when I come back, I will show you guys how I chop down the peppers. While you're chopping down the peppers, you want to go on ahead and make sure that you are washing off your cabbage and allow it to fully drain. You want to try to get off as much water as possible, first of all, so that you don't start a damn house fire when you add it to the oil, but also because, again, we're making fried cabbage, not boiled cabbage. So if there's too much water, your cabbage is going to start steaming, and you don't want that. I'll be right back. All right, now for all of y'all that were cussing me out and sending me DMs, yes, baby, I got your message. I tried to tell y'all I was opening up a show, and so therefore I was busy, honey. And speaking of my show, if you would like to see me live on stage, come and see me at Signature Theater in Arlington, Virginia. I'm in a production called Ragtime, and I will be there until January 7th. So feel free to come on through, chat. Now I'm just going to break down this green bell pepper and the red bell pepper the exact same way. There is no right or wrong way. You can chop it down as big or as small as you would like. That is completely up to you. If you don't like, any of the peppers, you can leave them out. I personally feel like it kind of needs it, but, that's just my own. That's my own thing. So I'm going to go on ahead, break down these, and then when I come back, child, it'll be time to put this together. Fried cabbage takes absolutely no time to make at all. So I'll be back in just a few moments. Now, I like onion in mine, but I only want a half an onion, so I'm not going to use all of this. And as you guys can see, I left some texture to these peppers here. I don't want them to be completely minced down. I want a little bit of texture to them. So I'm going to go on ahead and break down this onion as well, and then we can chop up our sausage. And then you guys, that's pretty much it. There's not really much to this. And honest to goodness, some people I know eat this as a meal on its own. Because you're adding the sausage to it. It really just kind of depends on what type of mood you in, Chad. Veggies, done. And again, if you are a person that does not like pork, you can use beef. It's completely up to you. If you want to keep the meat out, of course you can. If it lacks flavor, that's your problem, not mine, because you done took stuff out my recipe, chat. But all I'm trying to say is that the options are there. You can swap it out with whatever you want. So let's say it all together. TY, but I don't eat pork. I just said, that you can use whatever you want. Okay, so don't ask me. All right, so now I'm going to chop these down. I'm going to go get my pot, add some oil in it. And let's get this going, honey. I try to tell y'all this ain't going to take no time at all. All of this should take less than, I would say, 20 minutes to put this whole meal together. I'll be right back. Y'all already know what time it is when you bring this pot out, honey. This is the good old holiday pot. Okay, because we got a lot of cooking to do. First things first, definitely make sure that whatever type of pan you're using is big enough so that you have enough space for everything to fry up. You do not want it to steam. I'm going to add in roughly about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. You can always add in more oil. You can't take it away. And you don't want it to be too greasy. And let me just go over the seasonings one more time because I can't believe I forgot to tell y'all about the garlic powder and onion powder, but y'all already knew what time it was. Garlic powder, onion powder, the Creole seasoning, the Spike, the cayenne pepper, black pepper, the chicken bouillon, and like I said, you'll need a pinch of sugar should you choose to use it. All right, we're going to go ahead and add in our peppers. Let those cook up. Once they start to get nice and soft, that's when we can go on ahead and start to add in the sausages as well so that they can properly brown off. Alrighty, now that we got some beautiful coloring on our peppers and onions, we can go ahead and add in our sausages and allow those to brown off nicely as well. And this is a step that I do not like to skip. I do not want no tan looking sausages. So I really want to make sure that I'm getting some beautiful coloring on these. All right, this is looking absolutely fabulous. So now I'm going to go on ahead and start to gradually add in my cabbage. I'm not going to do it all at once because once again, I do not want this to steam. I want this to fry. So I'm going to add it in little by little. And then as it breaks down, then I will continue to add in more. And then we'll start to add in the seasonings. Alrighty, you guys, now that my cabbage has kind of broken down, for this amount of cabbage, I'm going to add in about a rounded tablespoon of the chicken bouillon seasoning, and then I'm going to go in with the garlic powder. Now, with the garlic powder and the onion powder, of course, you can be as heavy-handed as you would like to be. Now, I wouldn't go too damn heavy with the garlic, but the onion powder, I don't mind. Now, if you're going to be using the andouille sausage like I did, always, like I say, you can always add salt, but you cannot take it away. So if I were you, I would be a little bit more light-handed when it comes to adding in the Creole seasoning, just because, again, you don't want this to be too overly salted. You can always add in more salt. I'm going to also add in some black pepper. And then the same thing goes for the spike, because spike does contain salt. You want to make sure that you're not being too heavy-handed with that, but I absolutely love spike seasoning. And of course, for the cayenne, you can add in as much or as little as you would like. For me, a teaspoon is just enough. And now I'm going to go on ahead and mix this all together. And remember, I have my pan on high. I want to make sure that all of the water that is being released from this cabbage is evaporating out of this pan. I want this cabbage to start frying up very, very soon. My God, on today, if y'all could smell this kitchen. This stuff ain't even done yet. And look at how good it looks. Jesus. All right, I'm going to go on ahead and let this fry off to make sure that I'm getting as much of the water out of it as possible. Make sure that you are continuously mixing so that none of the cabbage sticks to the bottom and burns. And just like that, you got yourself a delicious pot of fried cabbage. My God, on today. Do y'all see this? Tell me y'all see this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Yes, Lord. All right, let's go in for a taste test, y'all. All right. Somebody said, taste it, taste it. Okay, you ain't got to worry. And again, you can cook the cabbage down to your liking. If you like it soft, if you like it with a little bit of bite to it, you do what you got to do. Look at that. Look at that. My God, on today. I'm about to burn the living. Look at the steam. It's just something about God. Period. Make it. Bye.